is up, MFers? Hope you guys are having an amazing day. It is 42 degrees and rainy and cold and windy and cloudy and nasty. Apparently it turned into freaking fall overnight. I actually had the opportunity to go fishing yesterday. It was like 75 and sunny, and I was like, man, I'll hold off till the low light condition day. It'll be a lot better fishing anyways. Well, it turns out it's just really freaking cold. Anyways, let's talk about the fishing. We're out here at this beautiful, sexy lake. I've only been here one time. I've barely ever been here. And if you guys watched the last episode, you know I'm having a couple of different boat issues. First off, don't have any power to any electronics, so I have no electronics today. Second, the trolling motor foot control pedal, you know, the super expensive Ultrex, well, it stopped working. The foot pedal has a sensor on it or something. I gotta send it back to freaking Minn Kota. So I still got it on there, but the only way I can control it's with my little remote control. It's gonna be a freaking nightmare, but I like fishing, so here I am. And third of all, I don't have a big engine because the tilt trim switch is stuck on and the thing just goes up as soon as I connect it. So it's unconnected from the battery. It's a big freaking headache. But let's get into the fishing. I get to go fishing full time for a living, so I can't complain about it. And you guys are constantly asking me for a video or for multiple videos where I go out to break down a body of water, no electronics, nothing, just go out and fish and explain to you guys as I work my way through it what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and what bait changes I'm making to get bites and catch fish. And guess what? That is exactly what we're doing today. I can already tell with the low light conditions, Topwater is gonna be on the list, especially since we got some pretty good looking water clarities down there. Anyways, let's get the boat dumped in, go catch some saunches. Let's go. Okay guys, time to get the show on the road. One main reason I came here is because a bunch of MFers hit me up and told me this place has some absolute donkeys in it. It's small. I mean, this is all it is. We got a bunch of bank grass. Water's a little bit more stained up than it was last time I was here because it looks like a lot of the grass has died. But there's still some decent grass up near the bank. A lot of the hydrilla out deeper has died. But I got my usual assortment of baits. I have a ton of confidence, and you see a million rods up here. But really, I think all I'm gonna really throw much. Just had on a poppin' frog, a plopper, a 6-cent swim jig, and a flippin' bait. So we'll see where that gets us. I also got a swim jig and a movement tied on, so who knows. We're gonna cover some water and yeah, see what the hell happens. Now, since Minn Kota makes such a good product with their Ultrex, the best trolling motor on the market that doesn't work half the time, the foot pedal sensor keeps going out. I gotta use this this beautiful little remote control to do everything today, so I'm just gonna keep off the bank, make long casts with my Topwater baits and swim jigs and everything else, and cover water that way, because I can't just use the foot pedal to just go down the bank like I want to. You know, I took yesterday off because it was sunny, bluebird, just like it was 2 days ago when the bite was really tough, and I saw that some sprinkles, some rain, low light, everything that's nasty in the forecast today. I was like, that is the day I want to go fish, because they should theoretically, maybe, kind of be chewing. Oh, yes! First fish of the day on the old poppin' frog. Damn, the thing crushed it. Hell yeah. Not like a giant by any means, just like a 2.5 pounder. But that was badass. That thing came up and destroyed that poppin' frog. So what I was hoping, guys, low light conditions, hoping to get a topwater bite. Oh God. It's like the bites are kind of few and far between, but when they eat this frog, they freaking destroy it. That's a little better one for sure. All right, come here. There we go. Now we're starting to get in the right size, the quality. This is kind of fun being out here. You know, I got no electronics going. I got nothing. I got no big engine, no electricity besides what's going on in the trolling motor with my little hand thing. But yeah, 3-pounder. Old Mr. Poppin' Frog. You guys constantly ask for videos where I go out and fish places I've never been before, and I talk my way through the progression of getting to a new lake, because I know a lot of you guys go to new lakes, or maybe you just haven't figured out the lake you live by and you want to know what you should do in that condition. Well, I came here, I noticed the water has some good color to it, although if it was muddy I'd still probably be throwing this exact same bait. But we got really low light conditions. We got a little bit of bank grass that's still green. And so low light conditions, generally you're gonna have a little bit better topwater bite. You're gonna have a little bit better bite on the bank for the most part. I mean, there's no set rules in fishing. That's generally the way it goes. And so I put this poppin' frog on because it can draw fish from a distance. Since it's low light, the strike zone's usually a little bit bigger, so I can work it a little bit quicker. I don't need to be super slow and methodical with it. And maybe we won't get another bite on it today. I have no idea, but there's 2 pretty solid fish. This place is basically just like a public farm pond. I mean, literally, farm right there, cornfield right there, cornfields, everything. So, cool little place for sure. There's another one, another frogfish. This is badass. I was hoping this would turn into a little topwater day. Sick. He's not as big, but he's pretty much just as fun on a day like today. 42 degrees outside. Cold front rolled in. Do not be afraid to throw the topwater. Missed one there. Moved out to the outer grass line. I wasn't getting any bites up there where it looks beautiful. Started throwing this little, it's a prototype actually, has not been released yet, but it's coming next spring from 6 Cents Lures. Just throwing a little weedless swim bait. Here's what it looks like. If you guys are curious, just fishing it weedless. There's a little bit too much grass to even get a swim jig through, so that's the dude I'm throwing. Oh, that was a freaking blow up right there. I just tied on this this tackle frog. Can't remember what it's called. It should be called the, everyone had a boner over this last year when it came out, even though it obviously is gonna have a terrible hookup percentage because you gotta reel it. Frog. I think that's what the frog's called. That's its actual name. Just had one come up and crush it and just miss it. Rain's picked up a decent amount though, but not too much that they won't eat a topwater bait. It should be getting even better. Well, so far has not been too bad of a day. I've kind of worked around the main lake type area, some of the grass lines and stuff, and I'm getting some good topwater blow-ups, which is absolutely awesome considering it is 42 degrees outside. I just checked. There's not much wind, but it's been raining on and off. A lot of people I feel like wouldn't even pick up a topwater in this situation because they think it's too cold outside, but do not put it down anytime you got low light until the water gets, I mean, down below 50. The water's mid to high 60s right now, and it seems to be all they want. I keep throwing the swim jig around, threw the movement around a little bit, and I flipped the jig around a little bit and nothing. But now we're gonna switch things up a little bit. We're gonna go, there's a creek up there, there's a whole bunch more grass. We're finally getting into some timber. So I'm gonna flip around the timber, and who knows, maybe with the rain and stuff, we've had a lot of rain lately, maybe the fish will be moved up into that creek, and that's a good chance to catch a big one. So let's go do that. There we go. God, I haven't had a bite in a freaking minute. Finally, a frogfish. Get out of there. Not that bad of a fish either. Come here, bud. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. I actually switched up to a regular frog. Took the old popping guy off because it's like impossible to fish through some of this stuff. Nice little 2.5 pounder. And also, the popping frog has a very small hook gap compared to a regular frog. So getting them out, getting a hook in them and getting them out of stuff like this can be really, really tough. But made the switch up. It's pretty slick calm anyways. I was thinking maybe it was getting a little bit brighter, so they weren't eating that popping frog so well. That was one of my first casts with this dude, and he ate it. Okay. Oh, God. That one left the freaking water to eat my buzzbait, and now my line's all screwed up. Oh, that was like the most aggressive bite I've had all day by a long shot. Completely out of the freaking water. Yes. Yep. That was a sexy thing. I like when that stuff happens. God, it's so weird because, like, I'm not getting very many bites. And this is like the 5th or 6th fish I've probably caught. When they get it, it looks like that. Like, they're not timid. I don't know. It's like some want to eat and some are, like, dormant. That one freaking destroyed it. Just paralleling this bank right here. I kind of noticed every single bite is coming on the edge of this greener stuff. I know there's some dead looking grass in there. It's all hydrilla with the, I don't know, a little scummy green on top of it. And the edge of it's right where I'm getting all my bites. And so I've kind of decided to just get really tight to the bank, parallel it, work that angle, and keep my bait in the strike zone the whole time. And yeah, that guy wanted it a little bit. As far as the tackle I'm throwing us on today, guys, and you know, nothing different than my typical frog setup. This thing is my money frog setup. I'll be honest with you, it took me probably like, I don't know, 7, 8 different types of rods until I finally got a frog rod that I think is absolutely perfect. And this one is the deal. I've been using it all summer on all my videos to catch all my frog fish. For all the MFers that have been around a long time, you guys know all about it, but I'll tell the new people, if you haven't had a chance to go check them out, 6 Cents Lux rod. This is a 7.5 extra heavy model. This rod is a freaking beast. I haven't seen any grass or anything so thick that I couldn't pull a frogfish out of yet. It's got like a nice, like moderate fast taper to it, but it's super, super powerful and has a ton of power in the tip of the rod. I told you guys a ton of times, like the most important things to me with frog fishing are your rod and your timing, and those go hand in hand. If you get a blow up on a fish and you hit it right away, you don't take that slack up, it's super, super rare you're gonna get that fish to the boat. But if you reel up that slack, and if you have a bunch of power in the tip of your rod, you're gonna be able to drive the hook home no matter how far out that is with that braided line, because it doesn't stretch at all. But that first hook penetration is seriously like, it's everything with frog fishing. I get messages every single day saying I'm getting blow-ups on frogs like crazy, but I cannot catch them for the love of me. First thing is, get yourself the right rod. Go get this rod right here. I'll link it down below. Use promo code MF10. You can get it cheaper than anywhere else. I've told you guys that a ton of different times. But when you get that blow up, that fish comes up and crushes that frog. You know, usually you got a little bit of slack in the line, so I'm not going to say you need to wait a long time. But the most important thing is reel all that slack up, whether that's 1 turn of the handle, a half a turn, or 4 turns, wherever your frog may be when that thing blows up, and then drive that hook home as hard as you can. If you have a rod like this, it's got power all the way through the tip. I mean, I don't miss hardly any frog fish anymore, and so it's something that I feel like I should share with you guys, because it took me so freaking long to find the right setup to throw this guy on. And back when I tournament fished a ton and that's all I did, I lost a lot of money and chances to qualify for some pretty big tournaments because I didn't have the proper frog setup and I was missing some giant fish. There we go. Finally, a fish on a swim jig. This is actually the new 6 Sense braid swim jig. I don't know, I thought it was a badass color, so I picked a couple of these up. Comes with a little bit heavier gauge hook, which I really like. That guy obviously liked it as well. I'm not going to show it to you guys very much though, because the regular swim jig is illegal in most states, and I just had another bite. I'm going to have to throw the swim jig a little bit more. Anyways, the regular swim jig is illegal in most states now. Game wardens all over have caught on that it works too well, it's too effective to be used by most people. This guy is only illegal in 4 or 5 states now because it's a different model, and so they haven't caught on to it yet, but soon it's going to happen. So you're going to have to go get them, go blow these guys out before they're not able to be sold because they're illegal, you know. Okay, just got off the water, MFers. It is freaking cold. My toes are freaking frozen. I know it was ice fishing season, but apparently I guess it's fall now. It maybe just skipped fall, and I guess you could consider it winter right now. I don't know, the high's like 55 degrees a day, and it's still 41 degrees. What the hell? But regardless, you know, we didn't catch any slaunches today. No total ditch pandas, but we caught a lot of solid 2 to 3 pound fish. My favorite way to catch them, on topwater. Who doesn't love going out and catching them on topwater? You know, since I didn't have any electronics, I didn't have a trolling motor that really functioned properly. It worked just good enough with my remote control. Didn't have a big engine. It was basically me out here just trying to break down a body of water that I've barely been to. I was here like once for like an hour and a half ever. And despite these shit conditions today, I feel like we did a pretty dang good job of getting out, at least having some fun. Whenever I have a tough day, you guys always tell me I should shut up and just be happy I caught some because there's so many days you don't catch them. Well, that's absolutely freaking true. I'll link everything I used down below. Frog obviously is the main way I caught them. Had a couple bites on the swim jig as well. So I'll link my rod, reel, line, bait setups for you guys down below. If you like frog fishing videos, topwater fishing videos, and videos like this where I have to go out and break down a new body of water and hopefully teach you guys something about what to look for, then please leave a thumbs up and comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. I'll catch you tomorrow or the next day. I'm out of here. Peace.
I'm not sorry. I can't help this love like mine. I'm not sorry. I can't stop with a love like mine. I can't stop with a love